Instead of thinking about my problems, I'm thinking about putting together all the pieces that I save and how I can get them into one spot and make them a beautiful thing. And while I'm doing it, instead of saying, well, this hurts and that hurts, I give it a reason to hurt. You know what this weighs? I give it a reason to hurt, just not blaming it on illness or blaming it on older age. I work with things that I saved from the environment and convert it to my furies. So I'm cleaning the environment, which makes it, of course, healthier for me in the long run, and whoever is around to enjoy it with me. And I guarantee, when you're driving on the highway, you will never again pass piece of tire that's mangled and view it in the same way.
So for all your life, you continue to make art, right? You're able to do it.
Yeah, well, art is
What
part
is
of
the
life
what is the
with some
secret for
people.
that?
You know, with us, that's the way we live. That's the way. With musicians, this is their lives. Becomes their lives.
Yes,
Yes.
life.
Yeah,
Becomes
it becomes it's part of life.
Yeah.
So you don't even, most of the time, you don't even think about it.
Right.
You know.
To be alive, you make art.
Yeah. To be alive, you do art. You know. And the survival certainly is the most important aspect of every human being. And I managed to survive and make art and feel good about it. And
How were you able to manage that?
oh, by various means, you know. And
By hook or by crook?
By hook or by crook.
Here you have all sorts of lines crisscrossing, and they could be lines, which they are, or they could be streets, and everywhere there is a different activity referred to. Downtown, Lizard Val, TV, literature, love. A little man standing there is one of our figures. And a car, the New York City skyline. This was a sign in the monastery, and on top of it, we signed it Clark and Goroshko. My last name was Clark, and Val's is Goroshko. And he pasted many things that we found in the environment. A jar, a snake, a plastic bag, some letters, all sorts of ordinary things. And we transform it into art.
Creativity in everybody and in myself, and I think we all have it in one way or another, because we are mortals, and the only way we can passively accept our mortality with more joy would be by creating something which makes us a little bit borderline immortalish. You know, just in the last few years of my life, I have been very, very busy trying to renovate an impossible place. I wanted it to be my creative space, my art space for me, and to be shared by everybody else who wanted to be in a creative space. And I was tired, covered with dust, I still am, and then I thought to myself, how can I break from this relentless, endless, dusty work? I said, I'll have an exhibition. And I went in my half-finished space, I went to my 3 good friends to realize that. Gülşen Çalık, a fabulous artist, a dear friend, a beautiful woman. Lizenval, an institute, fantastic artists of many years of dedication. And Yo Park, who is an artist and also has that magical capability of being a videographer. I talked to them, and suddenly Lizenval and Gülşen, being the curators, put together a fabulous group of artists, all exhibiting New York artists, me included, and we put together an exhibition at number 45 on 130th Street in Harlem, and this was christened Harlem 45. I reinvented myself, retuned myself, realigned myself, and in a way, for me, that was a healing. So now, even though I'm still covered with dust, I'm still in the middle of this renovation, and my deadline is still haunting me. I feel more positive, more creative, more energetic, and a little bit also more resolute, more resigned to actually keeping on working. And we created a wonderful, wonderful exhibition. And at that time, I knew I needed some new energy, some strength, some joy in my life. And I kept thinking about, how can I heal myself? How can I renew myself as then create my work? So it just evolved into that. We invited Maya and Tamara Willem as performers.
This is a little landscape I made. Let's see, it's funny because it's called Falling Water after Frank Lloyd left. His name is Frank Lloyd Wright, his family son. And I made this landscape, as you see, the whole landscape is spilling into this. It refers to Frank Lloyd's, the house that he built.
Wonderful lifestyle. So could you share with us about how you handle your lifetime issues and then all those problems?
I was married twice, and so my first daughter I also had to raise by myself. It was very challenging, but I just knew I could do whatever I wanted. I think that peace of mind has maintained my life in a good order.
When you raise your children and then unexpectedly many problems happen, when every troubles happen all together and then 2 to 3 things you need to juggle, you need to resolve.
Right.
And then in that case, how do you choose?
Try to compartmentalize my day. There aren't many artists who have 3 children. I mean, when I'm with the children, I'm with the children. I don't think about other things. When I go to work, I'm at work. And then when I come home and I'm doing my artwork, I'm totally doing my work. I don't even listen to music or any conversation. So I think it's a matter of focus and deciding to do so.
So your art making has been your major tools to overcome your lifetime struggle.
Absolutely. No, even without struggle, I think boredom is a big struggle.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, in other words, struggle is, I don't know, for me, art really is my lifesaver. It's almost like my anchor. I find that it's a privilege to be alive. I really cherish as much as possible every moment. Hi, that's Mount Uproo, Uproo. Instead of uproot, it's uproot. And I love this piece. I shouldn't say things like that about my own work, but some works I find work better. It's almost like an autobiographical piece because a mountain cannot really be uprooted, but when it does, it leaves its roots behind, it leaves a place behind. And that's why I call the title Mount Uproo. And the word roo is it refers to my leaving home. It's a piece I created when we first moved to this house. It's fake language because I'm bilingual. I always think that everybody has their personal language as well as their native tongue, and it's basically sounds in the way we show them by forming these things. And I made those with little twigs. The piece is called Cogito ergo sum, which translates from Latin into English as I think, therefore I am. And to me, that is such a beautiful concept, that as long as I think, I am, and that I am.
It was a very special experience. And then when I woke up, when I was lying down of the hospital, in the emergency room of the hospital, I had a double feeling. It was a double feeling. I said to myself, oh my God, I could have left this life. And then also, oh my God, I came back to this complicated life again. It was a very paradoxical feeling. It was the beginning of my spiritual life, spiritual way of life and experience. that was so powerful enough to make myself focused for 4 decades. Uh, and then wanting to have full experience of the depths of our souls, which is very inexhaustible and then uncanny, so mysterious and illuminating. The center. The center has been known as inexhaustible cauldron, right? And then from which all living things are pouring out. And then life itself is the purpose of life. Being alive is the purpose of life. I began with a human expectation, socially trained human expectation. In the beginning, I kept remembering the voice of the mystical feminine voice, and I keep asking. It was like my Big Ma, and then whenever I have trouble with and almost no progress, and then I just keep saying, I kept asking, where's my Big Ma? Where's my Big Ma? And then, but as I grow old, oh my God, it was my wholly just a mundane expectation. But for our transformation, it's like 10 years and 20 years. 10 years like a basic unit to build up something, and then to reach a solution, and then achievement. It is really profound experience. During that process, I was able to produce videos like Tada Prelude, Intuitive Cure, and Treat Tadatida. And those videos reveal very well struggle and then understanding and cure and healing.
You are now about to begin a great adventure, the journey out of your mind. You will travel far beyond familiar reality into the level of transcendent awareness. You will leave behind you your ego, your beloved personality, which will be returned to you at the end of this voyage.
What do you do to relax and align yourself with the universe?
I became very curious about everything. The literature, poetry, and then music, dance. Mostly what I do to tune myself, I do meditation, which has been my major life tuning practice. And then also playing Tibetan singing bowls and gongs. Also, I read planets in transit to figure out archetypal pattern of human experience. And also card reading. It's based on ancient wisdom and energy reading. It's all about specifically understanding the energy flow of life. And also when I meditate, listening to music, I also dance. It's based on energy vibration. My body automatically moves when I listen to sound and music. It is very healing, and then getting back pure energy.
Would you tell me a little bit more about the mystical female voice you heard?
After being drowned in the deep sea, I became so sensitive in interaction with people and family members. One day my sister told me, unless you take care of your own self, yourself, you cannot survive in this life. I was so disappointed because I trusted her. I was very shocked by her talking that way. And then I cried all day. And then just walking over the railroad right at the entrance of my college. And then I suddenly look at the sun, and then looking at the sun, I realized I'm in a totally different, strange place. It was so unfamiliar, very strange. And then I cried. I was so sad all day. On the same day, the early daybreak, like before 5 a.m. In my half awake state, I saw a vision. And then in my half awake state, right in front of me, there was a female body, old female body, a naked female body, which has a lot of lumps all over her body. And then the space suddenly became bright and white, empty space. It was empty space. Very soft and very familiar, very beautiful, feminine voice. Talk to me. Well, from now on, I let you be whatever you want to be. And then she gave me a breathing like this. And then after I received a breathing, I just touched the old female body lying in front of me. I touched the body, and then all the lumps disappeared with my touch. And then I was awake. I was so peaceful and ecstatic. It was like came back to the origin of life source, and then returned to my life again.